All right, sound test. Sound test. Stuart, what are you doing?
Getting things out of the way of the door so I can close it.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Don't do that.
Hello, my name is Stuart Richardson,
And I'm Caleb.
and this is our first guest on the show, Ben.
Hi, my name's Ben.
Yeah. He's also gay? All of my co-hosts are gay.
Whoa.
Apparently, that's how it goes, you know.
I mean, that's why they call it 2.5 gays.
You're right. Okay. So, yeah, first guest episode ever.
Yeah, so Ben, tell us a little bit about yourself, or tell us a little about the person you wish you were.
Okay, well, my name's Ben, as I said
Okay,
before.
nice.
And I'm white. It's also important to know.
Ooh, yeah.
And I'm not gay, apparently.
Straight white male in America.
Yeah, I'm
That's
a straight white male. So the definition of pure evil, basically.
Basically.
I
I love Tumblr.
And I play a lot of Dota,
Ooh.
and I like rap music, and
Nice.
that's pretty much it for me.
This is the kid I play Dota with.
Yeah,
Nice.
I'm the one that got Caleb into playing Dota, and we're trying to get your boy Stu in.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so my school offers Dota scholarships.
Yeah.
So if I get good, then I get money. So
Do they actually?
yeah,
We're gonna get real good at Dota over the summer, boys.
yeah, real good at Dota. Here we go.
All right. But so kind of how we started the series. I think you've seen the episode, but we talked about like our internet hangs and where we hang out on the internet. So Ben,
Where do
you hang out on the internet?
Oh, the internet's a weird place for me, cause like, the thing is I play a lot of video games, but like other than playing video games, I don't do a whole lot on the internet.
Okay.
Like I'm on iFunny. I don't have an account, but I just have the app downloaded.
Yeah, and you send me features all the time.
Yeah, cause
Like
I'm
Stuart.
trash.
Oh yeah, we all send Caleb features even though he's already seen them.
Yeah, but sometimes I just send him features just to annoy him more so than me liking the meme.
Yeah.
Because you know it's fun to make your friends angry. You ever just
Yeah,
make
exactly.
your friends angry for no reason?
That's basically half of my existence.
Yeah,
Making people angry.
it's like when people call me Bill Gates.
Yeah.
Gay Bill Gates.
What-
Gay Bill Gates.
People call you gay Bill Gates.
He does.
Yeah. I'll find an old picture of Ben when he first got his haircut, and then
Okay.
that'll be the thumbnail.
Yeah. People also say I look like Ed Sheeran.
I've seen
Yeah.
that. I can see. Yeah. I was one of those people. So, I came with a question today.
You came with a question.
So, are you familiar with this meme of Mark Zuckerberg drinking water, and it's like drinking some of that ice juice?
The Zuck
Yeah.
meme.
Yeah.
I love Zuck.
Well, okay. Objectively, look at that meme.
Yeah.
Would you not say that it's like equivalent old people's family circus comics that make no sense whatsoever? Because like they make no sense whatsoever, and like if you look at
God damn it, Ben.
If you look at the Mark Zuckerberg ice juice meme completely objectively without any knowledge of former memes or memes to come, it makes no sense.
Okay, but every meme these days makes no sense without the context of memes.
Like,
I mean, like maybe that's the reason why they were Family Circus was funny in the olden days, because it made no sense, and old people are edgy bitches like us.
all right, two things. First of all, I really the way you say old is weird. Olden days.
Olden
people.
days.
It's because he's from Utah, Ben. Don't make fun of his accent.
Wait, how do you guys say olden?
Olden?
Olden. We just said the same word.
You know what? Let's not talk about accents right now. Let's talk about Family Circus and memes.
I've never actually seen and or heard
But, like,
of
there was
Family
lore
Circus.
to Family Circus.
There was lore.
I assume. I assume that
okay.
there was lore to Family Circus.
There was this one I read, and it was like one of the few instances where I was bored enough to read Family Circus.
That's
And
pretty
it's like
bored.
this kid, he asked his mom, "Hey, can I have some more peanuts? Okay, kid wants peanuts. Fine. And she's like, you can have one more hand. You can have. So he's like, hey, Dad, can I use your hands? That's it.
That's great. Because his dad has a big hand.
Yeah, I know. Boom. Humor.
I don't know. Why was Calvin and Hobbes funny?
Because Calvin was a little existentialist piece of shit. And that's what made it funny.
Okay, so I'm Calvin.
Yeah.
Calvin is me. And you're Hobbes.
I'm Hobbes.
Yeah.
I'm Ben.
My name's Ben.
My
name
is Ben.
Welcome to Memes of 2015.
There's a reason, ladies and gentlemen, why this is called the TrashFire podcast.
Yeah, it's because of us.
Yeah.
So the thing is, I think humor has never changed.
Humor has never changed.
Just the form of it has changed.
Okay. I have read a thing.
Yeah.
That says the oldest joke in recorded history. It was I want to say Babylonian. It was, or maybe it was Indus. It was so far back. It was like 2,000, 3,000 BC.
Okay.
And it was recorded. And it was like a woman sits on a man's lap and passes gas. And that was the joke. That is the oldest known joke in human history that we as a civilization can find.
We need to bring that back as a meme.
Yes.
No, we don't. That doesn't need to happen.
Come on, like memes like resurface, but like just as other memes.
Yeah. I guess Mark Zuckerberg, like 2017, or late 2016, early 2017, we were all like, yeah, Mark Zuckerberg isn't quite human, is he? And then like all of this new footage of Mark Zuckerberg doing
not being human
has come out, and we're like, he's a fish.
Yeah. Okay.
Is he a fish or a robot?
He's
okay.
a lizard.
I've talked to people, and there is no consensus. There's the robot people. There's the lizard people. There's apparently the fish people now, and then there's the alien people. Caleb,
I think he's a lizard.
Okay.
He's a lizard. Look at the face.
My little brother is part of Team Lizard. I am part of Team Robot. Ben.
Oh, well, see, the thing is overall, I just kind of feel bad for him, because he's like, he's a normal dude, and he's just trying to, like, live his life, and he just doesn't, understand, how to fit in. But that being said, I'm still very much Team Robot.
Okay. Because, like...
I kind of sympathize with the Zuck.
Yeah, like, I sympathize with him a lot, but he's still a robot.
He's a lizard.
Hey, Caleb, I saw this featured the other day. This featured meme. And it was like, I love liquid-cooled CPUs. And then there was Mark Zuckerberg drinking water.
Wow, so that's a really great meme.
Yeah.
So, moving on.
Thank you to the people of iFunny for giving me that meme.
Yeah. Okay.
Set of features.
So, now that we've had enough of Zark Muckerberg.
Zark Muckerberg.
I like that.
This is how far I've fallen. Okay.
From God's love.
So, everything is going wrong in Colorado Springs right now, especially at the airport.
Oh, yeah. So, in our town, the airport caught on fire.
Everything went wrong.
And then in our state, like, have you seen the windstorms?
No.
The windstorms were pretty bad.
Yeah, like...
Also, there was an active shooter.
When?
On Sea Springs Airport. I don't remember.
Today?
I don't know. No, it was earlier this week. Might have been last week sometime.
Oh.
But at some point in time, there was an active shooter at the Sea Springs Airport.
And it wasn't me?
No, Stuart. We're trying to keep that covered up.
Oh, okay.
No, it wasn't Stuart shooting up the airport.
For the record, I am not a person that would shoot up anything. I would have never dreamed of that.
Stuart, you would shoot up heroin.
Okay. Only if I had to.
He'd shoot up some gay. Big sip of gay.
Okay. And then, did you hear about that plane that crashed?
There are planes crashing now?
I haven't
Okay.
heard any of this either.
Yeah, I live over there, so like I know about these things.
Okay.
Okay, so like a little prop plane,
Mhm.
like a person-sized plane,
Yeah.
crashed into Sand Creek.
Why?
It apparently like ran out of gas before they could get to the airport or something.
Okay.
Yeah. So everything has gone wrong in terms of the airport in the last couple of weeks.
Darn diggity.
I heard something. I don't know if it was like
Like you knew about
older,
the fire.
but my English teacher was talking about how they needed to land like a jumbo jet on the freeway or something.
I heard about that.
I don't know if that was a recent thing or if that was just like a real old thing, because I know that's happened before.
Was that the one where the jet blew?
The jet. Oh no, the jet that blew up. When the engines blew up and
Yeah.
then a bunch of shrapnel came into the plane
Yeah.
and it
Sucked
broke
a
one of the
lady
windows
out.
and it sucked a lady out and it injured 7 other people.
Didn't they pull her back in or something?
Well, half of her went out and half of her died out there.
Oh. The top half of her died out there.
It's just a walking pair of legs now.
Jesus Christ.
So how do you guys feel about legs?
How do I feel about like in what context are we talking about? Like in a sexual way?
So in a
or
void, I want to know how you feel about legs.
In a void.
Okay.
Um.
Void of all meaning, legs have no purpose.
No.
I feel like it's the context that makes legs useful.
Shut up, Stuart. But like, dogs have weird legs, huh?
I mean, dogs have legs like all the other animals.
Are we the ones with weird legs?
I
We
mean,
got 2 though, and everyone else has 4, or basically everyone
Well,
else
we-
except for like fish.
we have monkey legs.
Yeah.
Dogs have dog legs. Cats have dog legs. And then elephants have elephant legs. And then giraffes have horse legs.
Elephants almost have like human legs and monkey legs.
They have trunks.
They have trunks.
No, it's like a tree trunk of a leg. It's just like a pole.
But like
It's-
in terms of like structure, it's almost simian.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, from the outside, it just looks like a big tube. But I've never looked at the
From
bone
the
structure of
outside,
an
it just
elephant.
looks like a big tube, but like you have two legs.
My legs don't look like tubes. They have definition. I know.
HD legs.
Yeah, I
leg-
have HD legs.
HD
Elephants
leg-
have
HD leg
240p
texture
legs.
pack.
Oh.
What are they adding that to Minecraft?
I hear it's in Minecraft 1.14.
Can we not talk about Minecraft on my podcast?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
This is
agree.
our podcast.
Roblox.
For those of you not in the booth, which is everyone listening, Caleb just slapped Stuart.
I think they could probably
I
hear it.
mean... Okay.
It was a light slap,
Oh,
but it
okay.
definitely was a slap.
Yeah.
Ben narrates everything that Caleb and Stuart do in the booth.
It's a play-by-play. Okay, so, question.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Roblox? It's negative, is what I'm getting.
I really couldn't. I really don't care about Roblox, but like, it's
I mean, you care enough
it's
to-
an inconvenience on my life.
Okay. I mean, you care enough about Roblox to physically assault me, so...
Okay, but that's. I explicitly requested that you not talk about Minecraft when you brought up Roblox.
Because I'm being funny. Okay. Want to talk about divorce or something now? I'm really backed into a hole now.
Surprisingly, not very dark places.
Like, the conversation went to Minecraft, and the next thing felt like Roblox, but...
I mean, it really just depends on what you define as dark.
Well, usually when we're in here and we're talking, it goes really
It
dark
devolves.
places. You've only watched episode 1, so like that's
Yeah.
the least episode
The least episode.
That's the least episode.
of all episode.
of all episodes. I've uploaded like 4.
This is 5 now.
This is 5.
So
And I've uploaded 3 because I am a depressed piece of garbage.
No.
who didn't Edit the last one.
There's 4.
There's 4.
There's 4 uploaded. I'm
So then
pretty
this
sure.
is 6.
What? Really?
Yeah.
So,
Because there's one sitting on my flash drive unopened.
Okay.
I do have a question for you guys that perhaps we could talk about on the podcast.
What
here.
you got for me, Ben?
So, for the people that know me, people know that I have alter egos that go along with the accents that I do.
Ooh, you do accents,
That's
Ben?
not what I wanted.
They're not
This is
good
what
accents.
I wanted.
When I was like, "Hey Ben, you want to come on the podcast?" This is not what I was asking for.
What are we supposed to sit here and talk about? How many episodes of your podcast we have out? So I guess we have like 5 episodes of the
Okay,
podcast.
do your accent bit if you really want to.
I'm not
Okay.
gonna do the accent.
No,
but
please.
I'm just talking about that. I'm just talking about how I have an old Jewish woman who's from New York.
From New York.
I have a Russian guy, but the Russian accent isn't very good, so I just say that the Russian guy has lots of dumb.
Milos.
And I have an Australian accent that I can do, right? So the Jewish woman is named Martha, the Russian is named Milos, and the Australian guy doesn't really have a name.
I like the
exists.
Australian one.
The weird thing is that there's
personally.
the most lore is behind Milos.
Yeah, but
Milos
that's
has an entire lore. We've basically written an entire story for him.
But the question I wanted to ask you guys is, do you have any alter egos, and do they have accents that they accompany them?
My alter egos don't really have accents.
I mean, there is a character that I use for most RPGs. Like, whenever I create a character in Skyrim or any, like, Baldur's Gate or any D&D session, I always make this guy named Cornelius Rosetta. And he's, like, blonde. He has, like, locks of hair down to his ankles, and he's, like, always riding a white horse, and he's, like, all fancy schmancy and stuff.
So basically,
and he always excretes roses.
Excretes.
Like, he just pulls one out, and he's like, "Oh yes, I always have a rose." Because he's gay.
I mean, like, I have white supremacist Caleb that I use to distance myself from political conversations.
KK Caleb.
KK Caleb.
That's pretty good. Yeah, but basically, that Caleb just wants to get all the minorities out of the country and gas all the Jews. And
Right, but that's not how Caleb actually feels.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
So I use him to distance myself from political conversations because political conversations annoy me.
He's the eject button out of any conversation you don't
He's
want
if
to be
I
in.
take all of the actual personality out of my personality and just replace it all with edge, is what I do.
You know what sucks? Because there are actually people that KK Caleb is who they are out of school. Because
And
they
I
just
guess
want to be
I guess
edgy.
those are really just the people I'm making fun of.
Yeah. It's subverting the genre.
Yeah, because if I'm like like black people, but like I don't care about black people,
Well, that's even more racist.
that I don't care about black people.
Is it?
Okay, it's not like I don't care about black people. I'm like, oh, there's a black person. No, I'm like, I don't care. I don't look at somebody and I'm like, they're black.
I feel bad for the other TrashFire podcasts that they have to associate with us.
They asked us.
TrashFire podcast, the racist one? No, we're the other TrashFire.
We're the firemen.
Hey, we uploaded 3 episodes before those guys even got an episode.
Exactly. But they have hour-long episodes. Who needs... Okay, I'm not going to say anything bad about them. The other TrashFire podcast, we support you guys. We're sorry.
I'm not at all sorry.
I'm a guest, but I agree with Caleb.
I want to collab with them real bad.
Stuart.
But, like, what did you ever listen to it, or is it just, like...
I listened to like the first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And what did they talk about?
They talked about nothing. It's like our podcast, except they're firemen.
And that's their gimmick.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it's like they're the TrashFire podcast because they put out TrashFires. We're the TrashFire podcast because we are TrashFire.
Yeah. We're depressed. They're firemen. We all have gimmicks. It's okay.
We're a flaming dumpster.
Then this should be called the Depresso podcast. And then you could have like a little
Depresso
sad, like,
espresso.
cappuccino. A little sad
Depresso.
cappuccino.
Okay,
Chino cup.
that's gonna be my. I'm gonna go to Japan and I'm gonna start a depression cafe, where you can just go and have a cup of coffee and talk to other people about your depression.
You employ therapists 24/7.
That's how I'm gonna make my millions.
It's like that restaurant that they opened, where it's like the servers are like supposed to be rude to you as opposed
Oh,
to like
yeah.
being nice to you, and
I've
then
seen
they
those.
ended up closing real fast because like that idea is stupid.
Yeah,
But like it's a gimmick
Yeah.
for sure.
it's a gimmick. Like Hooters. Hooters has a gimmick.
Hooters is a gimmick.
It's boobs.
It's boobs.
Yeah, but like I'm not finna roll up to Hooters because like I keep my boobs and my my food separate.
Boobs and foods are separates.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like I'll never be sitting there, you know, with just barbecue sauce on my titties.
Okay, I have to Photoshop that now. Before the next episode goes up.
Listen,
So I'm sitting there.
I'm not gonna be the thumbnail. I'm not gonna let you make me the thumbnail.
Ben, you don't have
What
an
about
option.
pixelated face of Ben? Or a pixelated face of Beyonce?
But I don't want to Photoshop.
Ben on
Just-
I don't want to Photoshop.
How about you
Beyonce
do this? All right,
to
how about you
have
do this?
barbecue
You get a
sauce on her
picture.
titties.
You get a picture of Ed Sheeran, right? You Photoshop my face onto Ed Sheeran's face, and then you put barbecue sauce on his titties.
I was thinking about just like
Putting you on... Put Ben's face on John Cena. Then put barbecue sauce on John Cena's titties.
But why does it?
why is there a floating Ben's face with barbecue sauce?
Okay, think about it this way.
That's a stupid meme.
You know Hooters gimmick? I mean, sex sells. If we put Ben's face on John Cena, sex sells.
Are we gonna sell Ben or are we gonna sell our
We're
podcast?
We're selling...
I think there's a tariff on selling, or not a tariff, embargo on selling sex to Ben.
No, not anymore. You're 18.
Oh, yeah. Vegas? We
No,
can,
I don't
we
wanna
can
go to
all...
Vegas. Actually, Vegas is the only place in Nevada where prostitution is
Yeah,
actually
I know.
legal.
So we could get a prostitute in Vegas because we're all 18 now. What's the point of living anymore?
There's not one, but
Welcome to Depression the Musical.
Is it only female prostitution or like male prostitution?
there's
I
gotta be
think
some male
prostitution
prostitutes.
prostitution
Yeah.
probably covers both sexes.
Yeah. I mean, who knows? Like, there's some weird sexist laws on the books in the U.S.
Yeah.
Like, in Utah, the age of consent for males is 18. For females, it's 16. If you get parental consent.
Okay, so we're talking about Utah. There's Mormons there.
Polygamous.
But like that.
Yeah.
So like this implies that you would need to be able to. You'd have to go to your parents
Hey.
as a female
Hey,
to
Mom.
ask if you could
Hey,
have
Dad.
sex. But the only reason why there's a law is if you know, like someone tried to come to court and argue a point against it. So then, how are you supposed to prove in court that you had permission from your parents? Like, do you need like a permission slip?
Hey, Mom.
A permission slip consenting for
Well,
you
so
to
what-
have sex
what
at
you
the age
do-
of 16.
What you do is
Hey, Mom, we're going on a field trip. Can you just sign this form right here? Don't look at it.
Oh yeah, sure, just oh yeah, here you go.
so like
An initial
what
here,
you gotta
here,
do
here.
is you gotta carry around a contract with you.
At all times.
Yeah, at all times. So like
And-
if you pick somebody up and like it's a
Do you have to
1%,
get a contract for each sexual partner you have?
Just have like a binder.
This is for Jeremy. This is for Raul.
Last
this is for...
Simmons. Oh yes, okay. Timothy, sign here, please.
Timothy Simmons.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Simmons.
Timothy-
Now, please fuck me.
Mr. Simmons, junior or senior? Did you say you were?
Simmons Jr. and Senior.
Are you 18?
Well, they have to be because it's the age of consent in Utah. And
Yeah.
that's where this takes place. You
For
know?
males. Awkward silences are
A
good.
lot of things I could take this conversation in a lot of places, but I don't want any of them on my podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we should do like for like exclusive podcast things that you only get when they
The
give us.
uncensored TrashFire podcast.
Yeah, where it's like after TrashFire's after hours.
The trashy fire podcast.
Okay, I'm gonna cough, so be prepared. Okay.
You doing okay?
Yeah.
I'm glad that we told everyone to be prepared. Otherwise, they'd
Be
be like against
prepared.
Okay.
That's the worst Disney movie.
So we're coming close on 25 minutes here.
Okay, what time is it?
It's
party time.
noon.
It is noon, so we could go for we could go longer.
We
It's
could
noon,
go
my
longer.
dudes.
Whoa.
I know Ben wants to be on class on time.
Yeah, and I needed to study it for a test, but also who cares?
Ooh.
We need more. Life doesn't matter. It's all meaningless.
It's all about AP Human Geography, you know.
We never went through with whatever we were about to talk about.
We
forgot
got
about it.
massively sidetracked.
Yeah, like this podcast could also be called the Sidetrack Podcast because
We could change. We could rebrand.
it just shifts.
Rebrand.
It just shifts.
The Sidetracked podcast.
Those TrashFire guys are killing us. We need to change our name.
Spider-Man
Spider-Man pictures now.
You're not yelling to the microphone.
No, I'm sorry if I murdered your ears.
I have to edit that.
Ben ear rape edition.
So are we just gonna end it here? Is this
No,
Wait,
we're
wait,
gonna
wait.
keep going.
No.
it's Skyfall?
I'm going back.
Okay.
I'm going back to a conversation we were part of earlier. I want to have the viewers listen to Ben's amazing accents.
Please don't.
Please do.
This.
Do
Listen,
one of them.
If you ever meet me in real life, I will definitely show you Milos.
We should
And-
have Milos on the podcast one day.
You dress up in a Milos costume, but it's a podcast, so no one sees
Milos
it.
Milos is basically off-brand Borat,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
except he's dumb and he's the physical embodiment of Ben's autism.
Yeah.
I like Australian Ben.
He doesn't have a name. Can we come up with a name for Australian Ben?
Okay.
Uh,
What's a very Australian name? Like,
I mean, all
undeniably.
Australian names are just going to be British names.
Yeah.
Or English names.
Like Hugh Jackman.
Who was the dude who touched the stinger and
Dan Schneider.
it was the crocodile hunter.
Oh,
What's the name of the crocodile hunter?
Stephen Hawking.
Steve Irwin.
Steve Irwin. How about we just name him Steve?
Steve.
In memoriam.
Okay, we can name him Steve.
All right. So the Australian guy's name is Steve. He has a name now. So now I have Martha, Steve, and Milos.
Okay, Steve. How is the weather today?
Steve's not here right now. Please leave a message.
Steve can't come to the
I'm
phone
really
right
glad
now.
that-
Why? Because he's dead.
Not
What's
Steve.
Taylor Swift.
Go to bed. All right, 25 cents.
I don't have.
That's
20.
7.5 cents.
No one's gonna get that.
Watch the pajama game. Now they'll get it.
Don't.
No, that nobody's gonna get even that's 25 cents because nobody knows about that. And
Well,
I don't
yeah,
wanna
but I
talk
said
about it
you're
here.
right. Actually, no one's gonna understand the
Unless
the
they're
stupid
musical
tax
nerds.
memes. Well, they'll understand that 7.5 cents because that's in the pajama game.
But nobody's ever
But
really
nobody's
gonna understand
the stupid tax.
Oh yeah.
So should we talk about the stupid tax?
I feel like that's a sacred meme within our group.
Yeah.
yeah, it shouldn't go public.
There are sacred, there are private memes and there are public memes. Private memes are like the Altbus do. It's how I say goodbye because one day in German I couldn't remember Auf Wiedersehen, so I said, "How old are you?" in
You
German.
said that was a sacred meme.
I said, "Well, this is an example. It's a
Okay.
sacred meme, but I am giving an example of a sacred meme."
Okay.
So to the audience, it wouldn't make much sense, and
Right, to
even
say
though I
the
explained
opposite.
it, they don't care.
They don't care. Yeah, no one cares.
But when I say barbecue sauce on my titties, that is a public meme. Everyone can enjoy it.
Or a good Zuck meme.
Zuck.
I feel like Zuck is gonna die soon, and I don't mean Berg. I mean like the meme Zuck is gonna die soon.
I was
Little
like,
Zuck.
he's in his 30s or something.
Because it's really oversaturated. Lizards only live like 34 years in captivity, though.
He's 33 years old. Blah, 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 blah.
Da-da. That was a featured meme, so you can't talk.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm fully aware that was a feature, but I just felt like bringing it up.
I hope that one
I
day...
don't live by my own standards, okay? That's the first thing you gotta know.
Okay, fair enough.
Well,
I feel that one day we should be sponsored by iFunny. Because that's all we talk about.
It's just memes.
Just-
We should just call this the Meme Fire podcast.
Meme
No,
fire.
that's stupid.
Okay, one of the conversations we had a few weeks back. Top pick for Smash 5.
Smash 5. I don't
Ben,
know.
who's your waifu?
My wife?
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
a better
Ben, who's
question.
your waifu? We gotta go soon, but we can cover this.
Okay, I you need to explain this to me because
Okay,
I don't
so-
understand the
so-
premise.
Fictional, female or male, we don't judge.
If you could claim a fictional character as your wife, who would it be?
Oh, that's a difficult question. Let's see, cause like I don't watch a lot of movies and I don't really read a lot of books, and the books I do read are mostly nonfiction, and so I can't just say like I'd marry Jared Diamond, cause like, I mean I could say that, but
Your
like
historical waifu, Mary Curie.
yeah, let me
Typhoid-
let me get some of
typhoid
that
Mary.
Helen Keller.
Stop.
We talked about this yesterday.
Things just circulate.
Yeah.
All right, listen. You know who my waifu is in media is? It's Templar Assassin from Dota 2.
Yeah,
I'll take that.
he plays way too much TA.
I love TA because she's kind of tanky with her refraction, and yeah, does lots of damage.
Okay.
And idiots don't know how Psyblades work, so you can just
Ben, no, I meant
Waifu type.
or do I need to have like someone else who's not
you gotta like them for their character.
for their character?
For their character.
I mean, you have the anime body type.
The anime body. Are you saying I'm a weeb?
I mean, I'm saying that you have
Have the body type of a weeb. I'm probably more weeb than Ben is, but I'm also
the
Jap.
only
I mean-
anime I've ever watched is I watched a little bit of the original Pokemon when I was younger.
Ooh, Misty. Would you
No.
court Misty?
Would I court Misty? Who?
What about Jessie?
I mean, if you got, how about we do this? I can think about this, and if you ever need another guest on the podcast,
We always we'll probably try to do a guest whenever we can.
Yeah.
I'll probably hit you up next week again.
yeah, and then I can come on the podcast and give you my answer.
Okay.
Cool. Well, that was a productive episode.
That was almost a productive episode.
I feel like we started strong and then we fizzled a little bit.
I feel like it wasn't so much fizzling, just like it changed to it started off pretty high energy because we're like, oh my god, you guys,
We have a
a
guest.
guest now.
Yeah.
There's a guest.
and then
And
it
then it just
devolved
kind of
into
turned into normal podcast
Yeah.
shenanigans.
But we didn't go anywhere dark.
no darkness today.
Me and Stuart always go pretty dark.
Yeah. Like I feel like 2 is the perfect amount for dark conversations. 3 people makes it.
Ben doesn't
Lighter.
really make very much good for dark conversations.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm
As one of the human beings I probably talk to the most in my life.
Well, that was our episode. Thank you for listening. My name is Stuart Richardson. This
My
is
name
Caleb.
is Caleb, and
I'm
this
Ben.
And this is our guest.
I'll link his YouTube
Ben.
channel in the description.
Yeah, I do have a YouTube channel.
I'm
but
gonna link it.
Okay, you can.
All right, I'm going to leave this
All
here.
right, I'm gonna.
So Ben, how was it?
Bye.
How was guest starring?